What's going on, guys? Dwayne here with my investment journey, and I am back again. In this video, I want to talk to you guys about my Apple investment. Now, this is an interesting video because initially it was going to just be a video sharing with you my latest dividend payment from Apple, which happens to be my fourth dividend payment, but I decided, you know what? How long have I owned Apple? So I'm going to talk to you once again about my Apple investment. But hey, if you're new to the channel, once again, my name is Dwayne with My Investment Journey, and on this channel, I talk about how to start investing in the stock market, and I show you my investment journey. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, so when it comes to investing, once again, never a guru, nowhere close, but I've had the fortune and misfortune of losing a lot of money in the stock market, and in my losing of that money, I have learned, because I wanted to figure out how to be successful in regards to the stock market, which means that this is going to help me get to my goal of financial freedom and eventually create generational wealth. So I'm super excited. And once again, that's why I was like, I want to stick this thing out and figure out how the stock market works. And my investment with Apple is very instrumental in figuring out how the stock market works and digging myself out of a $63,000 hole that I found myself in regards to the stock market. So I'm super duper happy to share this video and just kind of share my journey in regards to Apple. So exactly 1 year ago today, August 31st, 2020, just to show you guys the date on my computer. So right here, you can see on my calendar at the bottom of the screen, this is on my Mac, it says August 31st. So today is August 31st, and that is when I bought my first chunk of shares with Apple, which has helped my portfolio immensely. This is my portfolio on the screen that you're looking at. Currently, this is based on today, so this is currently live. So it's valued at $237,000, and a pretty huge chunk of that is Apple. As a matter of fact, the more I'm thinking about it, more of that should have been Apple, but oh well. You know, a lot of people like to talk about diversify. So a huge chunk of the $237,000 is with Apple. And Apple has been very instrumental in helping me dig out of my negative $63,000 grave. Just to show you guys, for the people that are brand new to the channel, if I click on all time, I'm finally back in the green all time overall on Robinhood. But I really kind of started to reinvest back in May of 2020, and since then I've put in the stock market $232,000. Over here you can see in October 30th, 2020, I was down negative $63,000. And I'm just showing you guys for the people that are brand new. So I'm super excited. This never gets old to talk about, because the fact that I was down negative $63,000, and now I find myself not only breaking even from where I started in 2020, but even breaking even from when I started to put money in the stock market way back in 2016, when I lost like $4,400, and then I gave up and quit. All right, so I'm glad that I came back around and decided to, stick it out and jump back into the market. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys for the people that are brand new. Okay. All right. So I'm going to click on the tab here that shows Apple. And one of the first things I'm going to do is show the fact that I got my most recent dividend payment, which is my fourth dividend payment with Apple. The dividend payments aren't insanely high, but it's irrelevant because Apple is a growth company for sure. And boy, have they grown in the last year for me. So right here, you can see my latest dividend payment was August the 12th in the amount of $124.06. At that time, I had 563.89 shares, and Apple is paying 22 cents at the moment per share, which allowed me to get a dividend payment for $124.06. Now, you can also see that that Robinhood took the time to reinvest for me, because I have DRIP turned on, which is dividend reinvestment plan. So they automatically go back and invest your dividend payments. So they at the time grabbed some more shares for me, which was allowed. I was able to get 0.83 shares, and it was $148.95 at the time that they purchased for me on my behalf. Robinhood, thank you so much for having dividend reinvestment plan. So once again, that's called DRIP. Okay, so if I go back here and show you guys, I want to show you guys a little bit about the history, my buying history with Apple, because this is instrumental. Once again, today is my 1-year anniversary. So a year ago, you'll see that I don't have any history with Apple. The first history that I have with Apple is buying right here on August 31st of 2020, which once again, super duper excited about. I purchased on August 31st, 2020. And the reason why I did is because there was a split. And so Apple was trading before this particular day, August 31st, 2020, Apple was trading at like 400 and something bucks. And of course, you know, nobody wants to buy shares of Apple at 400 something bucks. So they did a split and it was brought down to like 120 something dollars. I don't know the exact amount because I wasn't paying attention and I wasn't nerding it out enough to know the exact amount. So when I saw it, I was actually in the gym and one of my friends called me and saved my life. Was like, hey, I know you know Apple is splitting today, Apple and Tesla. Are you going to grab some shares? And at the time, I knew about it, but I wasn't really going to grab any shares. And I'm really glad that I did. So it helped me tremendously. So as you can see here, I spent $54,990.90, which allowed me to get 438 shares at the time, which was for $125.55. That was my first time buying shares with Apple. This is August 31st, 2020. And then I bought some more shares. As you can see here, September 4th, 2020, I was able to grab 4 more shares. And at the time, it was $117.47. So I purchased at $125, and basically 5 days later, it was down. Or 4 days later, it was down to 117. So I spent $469 on those 4 shares. And then October 1st, I went ahead and grabbed some more shares with Apple, as you can see here. And that was in the amount of $6,780. I was able to pick up 58 shares, and it was $116.91 at the time. That's in October. And then I went ahead and got some more shares December 9th, 2020, which I spent $7,400. I was able to grab 61.05 shares, and at that time it was $121.83 per share. Okay, that was the last time I put some serious money into my investment. My Apple investment was December 9th, 2020. Okay, since then, okay, I've gotten dividend payments, as you guys can see. My first dividend payment was back here November 3rd, 2020 for $102.50. My second dividend payment was February 12th, 2021, because Apple pays quarterly. My third dividend payment was May 13th, 2021. And then my most recent dividend payment was August the 12th, 2021. So if I go back here, now I'm going to share with you what's happened since August the 31st, 2020. Since then, my portfolio, my total return in regards to Apple is that I'm up 22.25%, which for me is $15,611. Now, $15,645.21. Of course, this is still live. The market's still open right now, so that's why it changed as I was reading it to you guys. My total market value right now is $85,810, which is pretty freaking cool. The fact that I'm up 22.30% in 1 year is incredible. And if I had known, if I was smarter, I would have grabbed more shares with Apple. As a matter of fact, now I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I want to just push myself all the way to 1,000 shares. Just get my size, my position with Apple to have 1,000 shares. And of course, I will get there over time if I just, let the dividend payment grab more shares for me. But I definitely have to put some more money in there eventually if I want to get to 1,000 shares. But 22.30% plus $15,000 in a year. I never thought like a year later I'd be up $15,000 with just one company. And so I couldn't be more happier with Apple. I mean, that is That's insane. If I click on the 5-year right here on the screen, in the last 5 years, Apple has gone up 469%. So if you had $1,000 in Apple 5 years ago, 469% would be, your $1,000 would be worth $4,690. Okay, that's huge. Very huge. Did I do that right? So let's see. If I had 1,000 and the return was 100%, that's $2,000. Another 100% would be $3,000. Another 100% would be $4,000. So it would be worth $5,700 right now if you had $1,000 invested with Apple 5 years ago and it went up 470%. Now it says 470 on the screen. If it went up 470%, your balance would be $5,700. Just investing $1,000 into Apple. Apple is a very, very, very solid company, and they're very innovative. They have their hands in a bunch of different genres, which is a very, very good thing, because that's going to continue to allow them to grow. And so that's going to be very, very good. They do pay dividends. The dividends is very, very small. Right now, let's see what the dividend percentage is. Right now, the dividend yield is 0.55%. So less than 1% as far as a dividend is concerned, a dividend payment is concerned. But because Apple is such a huge growth company, it's absolutely worth it to, if you're worried about dividends, it almost doesn't matter, because like the growth that I've seen in 1 year, outdoes all the dividend payments that I've gotten on all of my positions that pay me dividends. In all the positions that I have with different companies that pay me dividends, I certainly have not gotten $15,000 in dividend payments for the last year. So Apple is very, very responsible of helping my portfolio tremendously. I couldn't be more happy. I want to right now turn around and just grab a bag of shares right now with them, but it's 150 something bucks, and I'm gonna wait for it to go down a little bit before grabbing more shares. But I wanted to make a video and talk about my Apple investment journey, because it's been just insanely good. I cannot complain. If you guys are on the fence about Apple, listen, man, I would say do your research. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube from people that might be gurus, not myself, but people that might be gurus in regards to Apple and why you should consider investing in Apple. I couldn't be more happy. So anyway, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell. All right, once again, my name is Dwayne with My Investment Journey, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.